Hey guys, good morning. Well, it's 6:30 a.m. and almost 6:30 a.m. and I'm thinking I'm just gonna go down to the local park. There's a really beautiful arboretum with like a small theater space that might make for an excellent wide-angle time lapse. So we just got up, packed in the D850 with the 14mm lens, and I'm gonna take some of the audio equipment, maybe get some of the morning sound, and make another time lapse. Let's go. Well, here we are at the Arboretum. It's really nice. We've been here before. I've done a lot of shots here, did a lot of recordings, and there's one area here which is like there's one area here which is like the theater, and it's just over there, and I'm gonna go and check it out and see what that kind of looks like. Anyway, let's go check it out. We might even make it, we'll go up and check out this little theater space. So we actually got quite lucky. Just for a few seconds, I think I captured the golden reddish light that came on the clouds, just for that split second. I started off here's the setup, right? So let me just show you the setup here. We have the D850 with the Sigma 14mm 1.8. And I'm using this app called QDSLR, and it was recommended by the guys at LR Time-Lapse. This guy called Gunther makes this piece of software. Amazing. If you're into photography and time lapses, it is, most highly recommended. In fact, the only software I would use for doing time lapses. It does everything, and there's this there's this app that you can get that's kind of connected to it. But anyway, yeah, check it out. LR Time-Lapse. Definitely 100%. So we have the I started doing the time lapse here, and the exposure indicator was showing, smack bang in the middle. One side was light, one side was the clouds, and it looks like because of the light was way brighter, it just blew out I think about 4 frames out of 250. So I'm just going through it now. I was able to catch some golden light, golden reddish light. It was really nice. Hopefully that I can get that all captured, and I put together a time lapse when I get back into the studio. I have like 3 or 4 of them just waiting to get done, but I haven't really been just been practicing, just been going out and checking these things out. But this one, I don't know, it's amazing, like when you just kind of relax and just go with the flow. I didn't rush. I've done it a few times, and I've been rushing before in the past, and it has never really worked out that well if I try to rush it. But here I just took my time with the filming, and yeah, it worked really well. And I'll come back here in another couple of days and do the same thing. I'm actually thinking that I might come back with the 20mm. One of the things that happens with the 40mm is that you get this external lump. I don't know what you call it. You get a lot of the external space, and sometimes like right now the subject is just absolutely smack bang right in the middle here. I'll show you in a second, but it's the clouds right in front of the camera that are turning gold, and it's a beautiful scene. But with the 14mm, it becomes such a small part of the actual scene that I can see with my eyes. It's really broad, bright, everything's here, but if I look at it on the camera, it's a small part of the scene. So I'm wondering, when I get back here, I'm gonna try the 20mm. Maybe I should have even gone the 24mm on the D850. So, I get the sense that it's not always the best idea for time lapses to go the widest possible. Well, It's obviously not the best idea, but in this case, I think I kind of missed what I'm trying to capture here because of the fact that we have lens that's just too wide. Well, that's it, guys. We're finished up. Time lapse is done. There's a few drops of rain. But all in all, I think it worked out really well. Let's go back to the studio and check this out, and then we're gonna go in a couple of days and do another round and see how that looks. I'll come back with a Z9 and a 20mm, do the same kind of thing if the weather permits, and we'll have a look at how it all turns out. Let's get back into the studio. Hey guys, welcome back to the studio. We're a few days after the actual time-lapse, and I'm going through my favorite time-lapse tool, LR time-lapse. Just going to go through the different shots, and I'm going to use this thing called the Holy Grail method to put it together. We'll have a look at the result a bit later on. I just wanted to take a moment just to say how much I enjoy using the D850 for time-lapses and for general photography. I don't know why it is such an addictive sound, but just the clicking sound. I've mentioned it before, and I'll mention it again. Just that. It's just such a cool sound. You know, once you hear it, you just want to keep hearing it, right? Especially you could turn up the rate. You know, it's also I'm addicted to it. There, I could just keep clicking all day. Anyway, segue to our next time lapse. Tomorrow I'm going to take the Z9 with the 20mm 1.8, which is being reviewed as one of the sharpest, best 1.8 20mm lenses you can get out there, full frame. So I'm going to try and capture that center part of the image. We're going to come back to the studio, go through the same process, go through LR time lapse, and you know, even out the intensity, brightness for the different parts of the video, and yeah, we'll have a look at both of them, compare the two based on maybe, you know, if we notice any differences, whether it's the sharpness of the lens. You got the Sigma here, 40mm 1.8, and then you got the 20mm, which we're gonna have a look at later. So yeah, let's get to it. Hey, good morning. So here it is, Wednesday morning. We've got our stuff packed. We've got our drone Z9, and we've got all the lenses that we've got. We're going to go to the Arboretum again and try our luck at another time lapse. Let's go. So guys, off we are again. We're going to go take the Z9 this time on the 21.8, and we're going to try our luck at getting another time lapse. This time I want to do it a bit lower and not actually get onto the high part with most of the shot being the actual theater space. I want to go up towards the sky, so there's more sky. There's a little bit more of an interesting look at the theater. So it's maybe like we'll do it at the base, maybe inside, either one step up or right down the bottom. So yeah, we're about a couple of minutes away, and when we get there, we'll do a quick setup and run through the setup and get the time lapse done. Hey, yeah, guys. So here we are back again. We've got our Z9 and the lenses. Everything's gonna be set up any moment now, and we'll start filming our time lapse. Okay guys, here we are back again. So all right, here we are. How's this? How's the audio levels? Okay, that all works. Okay guys, here we are. Let's get unpacked and get this stuff set up. Hey Hey guys, so the setup's rolling now. We've got the Z9 here that's going off and shooting. We've got it connected to our app to manually update the different settings as the sun comes up. There's going to be a really high contrast between the sky and the ground. The ground's still quiet in the shadows here, whereas the sky's going to be very bright as the sun comes up. There isn't any cloud cover, so unfortunately it's not going to be the same kind of wow as the other time-lapse. Clouds just give it so much more, I guess, there's so much more going on, there's so much more feeling, and there's so much more, it's just more interesting, right? When there are clouds in a time-lapse. So, look, we're gonna go stay here for about another hour and finish this off, and then we'll go and head back to the studio, get back to work, and have a look at doing the fixing up the time-lapse later on today. I don't know if the actual time-lapse was any good. Honestly, it was a little disappointing that there wasn't any real cloud cover, so there wasn't much going on. Look, I'm gonna come back here probably another time and try it again, maybe do it for more than a few seconds. So, like in terms of the time-lapse, it's only a 10-second time-lapse just to try out different things. So next time I'm gonna come past and probably do you know, a whole maybe evening, morning, so we get the whole sunrise. Next time, maybe in a week or two. All right, guys, let's get back to the studio and get this rendered, and then we can have a look at both of them and see which one we like, and you know, take away some lessons from the experience. Cheers, guys. See you soon. Hey guys, welcome back. So here we are, and we're gonna jump on to setting up the Nikon Z9 time-lapse. Same place, slightly different position. Unfortunately, since there were no clouds, it's kind of like it's a no-go in terms of releasing that. But it's a good opportunity to try and compare both the Z9 and the D850 in terms of just the feel and the process, and both of them are pretty much, you know, identical. I guess it's a little bit easier to carry the D850 around. And I would say that the actual results, especially in HDR, they're almost identical. So, yeah, well, let's jump onto this and let's then compare the two and see which one you guys prefer. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something useful out of the experiment and going on a bit of a journey and trying these time lapses out and sharing my experience with you know, doing time lapses. I'm going to continue experimenting with these. I'm going to do a lot more different places, do them alongside the actual filming with the 8K footage. So we're going to try and get ourselves out a bit further from the usual places out on the undiscovered path, and hopefully get you guys some pretty cool videos and time lapses in the coming months, years in the future. Alright guys, thank you. I'll see you at the next video. Bye.